Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Toby Nappis, my name. I want to get today started early because number one, I'm up. Number two, there's a lot to talk about, but I'm only going to focus on one thing because that's the right thing to do by you. And number three, I have a very busy week from here to the end of the week. And then I get to spend some downtime with somebody very important to me before they go on the road for work again. But you know what? What they do is far more important than what I do. Not that what I do isn't important and what you do isn't important if you watch this and you do the same kind of job I do. Um, First, I want to point out that yes, this is the same hoodie as yesterday. Don't worry, the laundry is getting done. Um, these are different clothes than yesterday. It just so happens I have a theme. I dress in black. Black is slimming. Wanted to talk to you this morning about health, your health specifically. And how, if there's any one thing in life I've learned lately, it's how important health is and how important it is that you listen to you. Now, I am guilty as charged of not paying attention to health, my own wellness. Um, I have always been taught to give all you can and give selflessly. And I feel like it's been one of those things in my life which has kind of been a thing for me, you know? Like I've believed that by doing your utmost for the highest, to paraphrase the author, um, I believe that that has been something in my life which I took a lot of pride in. Um, and as you grow and you learn in life and you go through things, you learn that in order to maintain things that you're proud of, you've got to maintain things that you can't take back to a store. You know, like Nordstrom, they have that famous return policy. You can bring anything back. They used to hang a tire in the manager of each Nordstrom store's office because their return policy was so liberal. And I mean that in a non-political way. But the truth of the matter is you can't take your body back. You can't take your health back. Can't take time back. You can't take years away. You can do things to cover them up. You might even have something replaced or fixed or changed. But at the end of the day, it's about your body, and your body will tell you when your body has had enough. And over the last week, and I'm going to be really revealing here, over the last 24 hours, I got a lot of results to a whole lot of tests. And I know if you've known me personally, you know I've been very open about some of the things that I've gone through lately. But you know, finding out what I'm finding out about myself, and finding out parts of the root causes to why has been an interesting exploration. And a lot of it comes back to the fact that I just didn't pay attention, or I didn't think about my own health. I compartmentalized it. Yesterday, when I talked about boundaries, I was talking about emotional boundaries and life boundaries and stories that are not yours to tell. I compartmentalized. I didn't put boundaries. I just compartmentalized away my own personal health and well being for a long time in pursuit of being whatever I needed to be at any given time for anybody, anywhere. It's just the way I was taught. Just do selflessly unto others. I forgot about the as you would do unto you part of that. And my body caught up with me over the last year. So what started as a dry patch of skin turned out to become something that they didn't want to become worse than an infection, a cellulitis infection, which led to 2 weeks in the hospital, which led to a year of not knowing what's going on. But at the same point in time, your own health issues notwithstanding and not having answers to them, that's catching up to you. Then life catches up to you and other things get thrown your way. And all of this creates stress on the body. And when you've been working and dealing mentally with things and personally trying to overcome things and grow through things, all of this adds stress to the system. And one part of this education process I've learned that's brought me to this point is that when it comes to your health and your wellness, the worst thing you can do is add more stress and pressure to it, whether that is in the form of some other health related concern, to not resting, to not sleeping, to lubricating your concerns, or send your stuff away, your confusion away, or leaning on substances. I mean, there was a time when I was leaning on melatonin to try to fall asleep. other stuff to try to fall asleep with prescriptions. And after a while, I wondered why I wasn't able to really find restful sleep. And it turns out there was a reason why. There's a deeper reason why, which I know now. Or at least I know part of it, why now. And the journey continues because health is important. And if you neglect it the way I did, here's what you'll find out. When you neglect your health will in turn neglect you, because your health is key to your body maintaining the best you can be. And that's some advice I got from somebody recently when I was going through really the depths of some of this stuff. So I need you to be the best you can be so you can be the best you can be. Because when you're at your best, there really is nobody better at what you do than you, but you've got to be at your best. And in order to be at your best, you have to maintain that best. And that means maintaining your health. That means getting rest when your body says get rest. That means learning how to say no when you need to say no. Because the more you say yes, and you take on things that you can't really handle, the more your body will tell you that. So anyway, long story short, to kind of put a pin in this whole conversation, to use cheesy cliches from the workplace, let's put a pin in this. Your health is important. And remember that every day that you take leads to a week that you take, or a month that you take, or a year that you take, or multiple years that you take not taking care of you. And when you don't take care of you, ultimately your body will show up and remind you that, hey, you didn't take care of me. And now we've got a lot of things to undo. The phrase that I keep coming back to is that small things can become big problems if you don't pay attention to them. And that's where I find myself right now, with something that could be a small thing that's part of a much larger issue of things, which we're working through. But it took me getting to this point in my own wellness journey, my own health journey, eliminating certain things, giving my body a fighting chance to fight back, knowing how to rest, learning how to rest, getting mental help when I needed it to understand why, to help me navigate frustrations about things when it comes to health and wellness. All of this and all of me ignoring it for a long time caught up with me. And it won't fix itself overnight if you allow anything to just be let go. Little things can become big problems. For me, little things started when I got back from, Disney, and I knew that I had that cellulitis thing that had become something ridiculous. I was talking to someone yesterday, and they're like, I remember we were going to get lunch or go to dinner, but you weren't feeling well. Yeah, you're right. How many people can say that they literally, because they felt sick, went and tried to get some sleep, leaning up on an ATM in City Hall at the Magic Kingdom? Not too many. Is it something I'm proud of? No. Makes for a good story, but it should never have gotten to that point. But I didn't know the patient was not familiar with himself, because I was so busy being a version of myself and ignoring what was really going on with myself, if that makes sense. So, in conclusion, pay attention to you. You can't take you back. The world needs why ever you're here. You have to figure that out, but it starts with you figuring out you, learning how to take care of your body, and not letting up when you're on the road to trying to find a recovery for whatever it is that ails you, whatever it is. And it could be multiple ises that ails you. Always remember you've got this. Remember you're not alone. Remember you might get frustrated. I know I did. You may not have the answers today, but Rome wasn't built in a day, nor were you. And eventually you'll figure everything out. Just believe in you. Listen to you, to the you inside of you. Listen to yourself, and surround yourself with people who will fight for you even when you're not in the same room as you. Because along the way, you're going to need those people to be there to have your back, especially if you've let yourself get to a certain point, because they recognize the value of you. But nobody else is going to recognize that until you start to realize how important you are. Keep your health in mind. Keep your loved ones close. And remember, you've got whatever life brings your way. If you need me, you know where to find me. I ain't hard to find, to paraphrase Deion Sanders. Just at Toby Knapp, search for me. Leave a comment here. I don't turn them off unless I screw some setting up, which is entirely possible. Operator error is always a thing when it comes to engineering tech issues. But know that if you need somebody, I'm here. Thanks for watching this morning. Have a great day. Now, on to the show. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.